In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, today we are gonna deal with the WH question words. We use question words to ask certain types of questions. Okay, like what, who, how, why, whom, whose, which, when, where, and why, of course, as we said before. So we are gonna deal in this video with WH questions. Okay, of course, when you ask about some information, you must use WH questions because question words, because we have two kinds of questions in English. We have yes or no questions, in which you start with the auxiliary verb or the modal verb, and WH questions when you WH question words when you ask about certain type of information and so on. So take care. In this video we are gonna learn WH question words. Okay, let's start with what. The function of what, asking for information about something, like what is your name, what is your first name, what is your surname, what is your favorite subject, and so on. Asking for repetition or confirmation when you don't hear. Okay, what, I can't hear you. You did what? You did what? What for, of course, like why. Asking for reason. Okay, asking for a reason, you can use what for or why. What did you do that for? The same as why did you do that? Okay, what do you study for? What do you learn for? Like why do you learn? Why do you study? What did you do that for? Of course, exactly like why do you do that? Okay, let's move to when, asking about time. When did he leave? When did you start your vacation? Where? Asking in or at what place or position. Where do they live? Where are you going? Where do you live? Okay, which asks or asking about a choice. Which color do you want? Okay, who, asking what or which person or people. Subject, asking about subject, okay, or object, of course, but at high level. Who opened the door? Who can answer this question? Who studied the previous question or the previous lesson? Whom, asking what or which person or people. Object, whom did you see? Okay, whom did you see, asking about object. Whose, asking about ownership. Okay, if you possess something or not. Whose are these keys? Whose keys are these? Whose turn is it? Why, asking for reason, asking what for, as we said before. Why do you say that? Why do you study English? Why don't, making a suggestion. Okay, why don't I help you? Why don't we visit our grandfather today? Why don't we study English now? So when you suggest to do something, you can use why don't. Okay, so again, whose for ownership. Okay, why to ask about reason or asking for reason, like what for, as we said before. Why don't, to make a suggestion, like why don't you come with us? Okay, why don't we have dinner together tonight? And so on. How, asking about manner. How does this work? Or asking about condition or quality. How was your exam? Of course, when we have how plus adjective or adverb, how is followed by an adjective or an adverb, like how old, like how many, to ask about extent or degree. How far, okay, how long, how tall, how high, in this way. Like how far, to ask about distance. How far is Cairo from Aswan? How far is Cairo from Mansoura? And so on. How long, to ask about length, either time or space. Okay, so how long, to ask about what? Length. How long is the river Nile? How long will it take? How long does it take from Cairo to Aswan or from Cairo to Luxor? Okay, so asking about length, time, or space. How many, followed by countable noun, and of course it's always plural. How many cars are there? How many students are there in the class? How many pens do you have in your bag? How much to ask about uncountable, uncountable price or uncountable things, okay? How much money do you have? How much does it cost? Okay. So again, how many to ask about countable nouns, okay, and is always followed by plural noun. How many cars? How many students? How many boys? How many girls? How many books? How much to ask about quantity, uncountable, and of course to ask about price. Okay, how much does it cost? Okay, how much money do you have, as the example in front of you? How old, to ask about age. How old are you? How old is your father? How old is your mother? How old is your brother? How old is your sister? How come it's an informal way to ask about or to ask for reason, asking why? How come I can't see her? How come I can't understand this problem? How come means why, but it's informal. But it's informal. I hope that you understand. And at the end of our video, I hope that you can answer these exercises, okay, the questions in front of you, and try to write the answers in the comments below. Okay, I hope that you have now a clear view of WH question words. Till we meet again, I hope to see you soon. Okay, don't forget us from like, subscribe and share. وفي نهاية الحلقة السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I hope that you don't forget to answer the questions in front of you. Again, please answer the questions and write the answers in the comments below. I'm gonna see them and I'm gonna check them. I hope that you understand. Like, subscribe, share. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.